Niggas never seen before coming in and wrecking shit. Break the OG, 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 break the OG. It takes 4 seconds to come off how I wanna be heard. Style on top of style that started with just one little word. Don't get yourself caught. With me, people believe they can sleep, but like a thief in the night, I'll creep out of the doors, walk the block, cause I'm ready to get lit. It's more than just a feeling, it's some serious shit. Got reinforcements, go get them, whoever you want. Cause the S and H and D double O about to come on. I can't get freaky by flipping a word. I can flip it, but you might just get caught up in it. So I skip it. Your arms are so below me, I swore you were a midget. You were in the flow, ready to go, come on. I'm with it, never underestimate the skills of more than you reckon. You couldn't understand, so you checked and double checked, and now you confused. Cause you never really knew my status. You need to know my word. What that boo is crazy, hippity hyper, break your pieces in the bits. And now your shit is crazy, broke, there's nothing left to fit. Cause and effect. Was no from the first sec. Apparently appearing ASAP came to get right. Slowly I turn looking for the next victim. Look to the left and the right, then I beat them. Pick them. Oh shit, that's all I can stand. I can't stand the walk, cause I am what I am. It's unbelievable. The flavor's creaking through the floor. And all we need is Philly, so I'm headed to the store. I put up, so shut up. You look up, so what up? I put down, you shut down. So what now? You fucked up. We wreck the art from the start to Jibbity Jump. It's not a flavor. It's time to come off. I kick it now. I'll kick it later. The smoothest, the shrewdest. What's up, kid? We can do this. The tech is in your head. You never really knew us. The party records ready to wreck the petty play. We come equipped to rip the hits. The shit is every day. We had the flavor from the sec. We did the mic check. Shabu, what about the art? Wreck. Break the art. 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 Break the art.
Twizzler, Twizzler, brain cell sizzler, THC, the OG hip swizzler, fog in your noggin, the Buddha computers, a mental rotor, herbal 6-shooter, hydroponic, embryonic, spirit tonic, bionic, chronic, internalize it, you'll get excited, light it, ignite it, don't try to fight it. Soaring like an eagle, feeling quite regal, I'm talking on the Buddha even though it's illegal, but I never had to rob, I always had a job, I never been a slob, so I gotta thank God, I got my corn cob bowl, so I stroll, you got the Buddha, your turn to roll, the ancient cure for the common cold, pass the Huda, the Buddha, it's good for my soul.
Gotta have the chronic every day cause I'm a weed lust. Taking my stand will be a giant step. Might have to zigzag, you don't wanna test the rap. Yep, low key is who I be, a Buddha smoking MC. To the day of my death, can I get a cess? Yes. Cess.
So we had to come back and teach the newcomer something.
Don't think. Be. It's all good, because I'm the soul controller, you know what I
We ought to get together, talk about you. We ought to get together right now, right now. 'Cause I like the way you look.
We can get together
And I like the way you move.
We can make music together.
your smile.
I know I can make you happy.
I like all the things you do.
We can get together.
Hey girl, we ought to get together. Talk about you. We ought to get together. Right now. Right now. Hey girl, we ought to get together. Talk about you. We ought to get together. Right now. Right now.
Oh, you, brother. What is up? Toby, join us. Hang out with us. Welcome to the BreakEFX podcast special on breaking in the Olympics. We're going to chit chat about that today, but before we get started, welcome y'all. And if you haven't and you're new here, hit the like and subscribe button down below. Yes, y'all been smashing that. We love it. What's up, Tobes?
Hey, how you doing, Ed?
Doing good. I'm at a secret location.
Yeah, headquarters.
Yeah, I
the
don't
back
know.
end.
Was it showing both screens at the beginning?
Yeah, yep, it was.
Okay, so people seen
Seen a little bit. Yep, seen a little bit.
they seen a little teaser of what's to come, huh?
Yeah.
So if I wreck on this skateboard live, then it's gonna be in the blooper reel.
Yeah. Getting them skills up right there.
Yeah, I ain't gonna.
Yeah.
You guys kind of seen what was going on. There's some other projects going on here over at the spot. It's only proper that Ricky Joe gives us the proper introduction. But yeah, we got some stuff going on here. But yeah, thank y'all for joining us tonight.
Yeah.
Wow.
Man, it's been such a crazy last few weeks in breaking. And just would like to thank everyone, for tuning in, also out the support and love from the community. Thanks for the last panelists that have come on and shared their stories and shared their opinion about some events that just need to be brought to light, and also just so much steam with what we've been up to the last few weeks. It's been awesome. Also, just worldwide with the end of Red Bull BC1 happening, to the announcement of the Olympics, to now just where we are today. It's been wild.
Yeah, dude, it's been really wild, and there's been some heavy conversations going on, which obviously we're going to open up that platform for people in our community to talk about and us talk about. I think this week we just wanted to be a little bit more lighthearted side, and talk about some more positive stuff and kind of try to hopefully weigh out the negative stuff going on. And we still got to remember that there is some positive stuff going on. And I actually just seen right now that there is another podcast going on live right now with Bboy Smurf. And I will ask this question, and his topic is did what happened hurt B-Boying in the Olympics? Did they take an L? Did the scene take an L because of this? But we'll talk about that later. I mean, let's just stay on the positive note of things, and just try to just talk about the lighter stuff,
Yeah.
So balance it out, man.
Absolutely. It's just a big accomplishment. I think breaking, if you do the math, it's only 60 to 50 years old, and for it to go from a street art to a competitive sport is just
not a sport, because it's still a dance. Like, I hate when people use that word sport, because it's not a sport. Like, that's just what other people see it as. Like, it's not what it is.
Right. The competitive atmosphere of it,
Yeah,
brings it to that kind of, I'd say, almost sport. But there is, there's a reason why it's a dance, and there's a reason there's style, and just, foundation wise, it's not just about the technicality. There's also a lot of discipline that goes into just being able to be on
yeah.
rhythm, be on beat. Um,
Yeah, and I mean, I think maybe we will talk about this conversation, and we could get heavy into this conversation because I think all of us have mixed opinions or just like views of like how maybe it should be, you know. But yeah, man, we're gonna talk about breaking in the Olympics, and I think just that news when I heard it, dude, was just like it brought so much like energy to light. Once people heard like, "Yo, breaking's in the Olympics," what's up, Ricky Joe? Once everyone heard breaking in the Olympics, like I seen everyone's energy kind of go up and was like, "Well, okay, I'm gonna train harder. I'm gonna do what I got to do," you know?
Yeah. No, I mean, just the conversations just started buzzing. You even have like, I'm sure everyone has the experience, if you are a competitive dancer or if you dance, someone that doesn't dance or your coworker or your relative was like, hey, breaking's in the Olympics now. And you're like, damn right, I know the Olympics news. Like, I'm a dancer, of course, I know already. I knew the day of the announcement, like,
Mm-hmm.
but you got to also just understand that people are excited for us and they don't know who else to let that excitement out to except for their only one person they know.
Yeah, dude. I mean, me and you had a conversation about that too. I was just like, "Yo, dude, like, did your like DMs and everything just like blow up of like people just like even like high school friends were like, yo, breaking's in the Olympics, you should kill it," and I'm like,
Oh yeah, yeah,
yeah, like,
right. Like, I'm breaking, but
yeah,
I'm
not at that
I'm also
competitive
broken
level.
down. No, I'm just
Yeah, like,
kidding.
seriously, but no, I think I appreciate the enthusiasm that everyone had. Like I had to, like for a minute, like that first day, I was just like, yo, oh my god, like everyone leave me alone. But then I step back and I was like, yo, I gotta appreciate everyone's enthusiasm about it, because that's kind of how some of my old friends know me from high school and middle school and stuff like that. That I'm still in contact with. That's what they associate me with, So of course they're gonna be hype, and then the family members. And I appreciate it, man. I think it brought a new energy, and regardless of what everything's going on, like I think a lot of us was just like we're still gonna push no matter what happens. Like that's just ride that wave of energy that just came in and still like push. I know that I had some conversations with some of the kids' parents about like, oh, we want to get them ready, and I was like, oh well, the Youth Olympics is for later. I think it's like 2026 is when the Olympics is the Youth Olympics. So I'm like, that's still like 6 years away. You know what I'm saying? And we all just agreed at that point. It's like, well, that just gives us more time to get them ready.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's a big stride with 6 years. That's a whole career for some people, you know. And
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
not Fred, like some people are in and out by then. And just it's really gonna be taxing for people that are shooting for Youth Olympics and Olympics because it's um such a strive, and it actually gives a lot of people purpose. So like you said, the ambition, the kind of just replenishment of just, I'd say, everyone's energy going for it. You can kind of
Yeah.
feel the people that are wanting to push right now.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's awesome. And I know that I had a conversation, me and Ricky Joe, with Tommy from Generation B-Boy, just about some of the things of like how maybe it might change the atmosphere. And of course, you're going to have like people who are maybe studios who are just more like try to eat up that like, oh, the breakings in the Olympics, like we're Olympic trainers, like I don't know, just like maybe not be fully down with the culture and the hip hop.
Yeah, I mean, well, you kind of already see that transition in Colorado because a lot of Olympic athletes train here. So it does make sense that people are going to be trying to push that kind of standard here, and just worldwide. I think people are going to be trying to, everyone's shooting for that first gold. That's going to be history, right? I mean, the first person to win it's always going to be like, look at the Jabberwockies. They're the first to win America's Best Dance Crew. They're like the iconic.
Yeah, dude, look at the wave they've been on for like how many years now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the first of everything is dope, man. I mean, I don't know. It's crazy because a lot of people like don't really know that breaking was in the Youth Olympics already. What was it, a year or two ago? You know what I'm saying? So it's already been in there. And if you were familiar with how that all happened, you kind of understand what's ahead of it's going to be in the Olympics. It's going to probably be the same structure, one-on-one and whatnot. But just for it to be at that level. Like it's already been at that level, now they're just taking it to the next level,
Right.
which is really just dope, man. So yeah, we just got a lot to work out and figure out. If you're on our YouTube and watching and you have any comments on just, the breaking in the Olympics and stuff like that, feel free to go ahead and jump in and chime in and ask questions, or opinions are always open. But yeah, dude, I mean, I don't even know where to start with all this. It's like first, okay, what's happening? So, now there's a time limit, of like where people need to get ready and whatnot. And what do you do next? Like really, it's like my question that it's like, how do you get ready? How does one get ready for something like this? Like I seen somewhere someone was like, oh well, it's just like a normal jam, just at a jam at a higher level. But I don't think it is, because I mean it's going to be a whole different adrenaline set for people who are there. Like it's going to just the atmosphere, everything's just going to be at a whole another level. It's not just another jam, it's not another freestyle session, it's not another silverback, or it's just not another battle of the year. None of that, dude. It's like we have millions and millions and millions of people watching that shit, so it's just like, how do you prepare for that? How does one get ready for that? And we all know Olympic athletes train year round. Like they're sponsored, they got endorsements, they're paid to to train and get ready for events and do this stuff, and where, there are b-boys who do have those advantages of where they're paid like that, but it's like the normal b-boy is going to have to figure out how to make it to that level, with also having job and normal life and stuff, because they can't just up and stop what they're doing, so it's just, we're in a different stage. I don't know, but yeah, how do you get ready? How would you get ready?
Man, when the announcement came up, I thought about it and I was like, do I have another push like that in me? But I think I'm more on I'm always going to be like competitive and always want to dance and always want to like be there, but I don't think I'll ever be like I don't think I have what it takes to have that Olympic standard right now. And there are some kids that are only 17. There's some kids that are 8 years old that are, pushing standards that other like heads can't even touch right now,
Yeah, dude.
So you really got to think about the next generation that's coming in 4 years, and like how these kids are already training like monsters and have the energy that we all once had. But if I was going for it though, like it would be straight discipline training, just like a prize fighter, probably like UFC, like training 2 times a day, cardio, hour and a half a day, and really going for, just overall performance and endurance. But you also got to like think about that's not what a b-boy is, because you got to have the counter training where you're beat manipulating, you're cracking, your power and your stacks on beat. So it's really, that you're looking at like becoming Super Saiyan in the next 3 years, like, going into that hyperbolic chamber, not not going out partying with your boys, not, like you're eating healthy, your diet's on point, you're, taking physical fitness to another level. But yeah, you train like an Olympian, you see the guy running the 100-meter dash, and he is, treating his body like a machine, like it's crazy.
Yeah,
So,
dude. Yeah, I mean, it's like you have to have a training regimen. You have to have goals. You have to think where you're going to be. You set yourself up so you know in 4 years where you're going to be as a dancer. Are you going to be ready for this? And it's almost like, for me, I would like sit myself down and be like, okay, what is it going to take for me to win or like get to that stage? Physically, what do I got to do? Like you said, the running, the stretching, maybe, the yoga, the extra stuff to keep your body, your sword sharpened, your knife sharpened, to keep you sharpened on point, your body. So you have that aspect of the training that I would obviously, like be like, yo, I got to think about that stuff, And then there's just like, yo, like what kind of, it sucks because like competitions are always judged, so there's standards, there's things that have to be. So it's like you can't have like just be a straight power hitter and expect to win, to win the Olympics. You just can't do it.
No, you can't.
You can't. So you got to be like well-rounded. So you got to know like if you're not a well-rounded dancer, like maybe it's
Not time for you to
it's
step
not.
up.
I don't know if that's the right venue for you, So
Yeah.
I would definitely sit myself down and think about that. Like as a dancer, it's like, okay, am I
gonna be willing to learn all these things?
Am I gonna be willing to compromise my style and who I am in order to get to that stage? That's really what you're doing at that point.
Yeah.
right. No, I feel that, and it's really how we all don't know how it's going to be judged. Is it going to be judged like Red Bull BC1 with a 5-panel judge, or is it going to be something where each dancer has a certain set of moves that they have to execute in their floor routine or something like that? Like it's where Olympics can go from you're just going from a cipher to something that might be completely structured. It's just I'm not sure exactly what it's gonna look like.
Yeah, dude. And then also there's like another thing that I would, obviously, and then it's like, okay, if am I going to make sure to have, be well-rounded? It's like, then it's like setting up, like your training regimen to work on the moves that you need to be in a competition like that, like I need some new moves. I need some, you just have to have. I would set myself up with a goal and be like, okay, what are my hardest things that I need to learn within 4 years? Like what are obviously for me, if I was like, I don't have an air flare, then I'm going to make sure that, I'm going to learn that earlier in the 4 years before I get to that place where I'm like, by the time I get there, it's perfected, like I have some combos with it or something. So it's like, I would set myself up to like learn the harder stuff first. And then, the stuff that I know is going to take a little less time to work on is like work on that, but I don't know, dude. It's like there's so much you have to work on as a dancer just to think Olympics.
Yeah, and it's not like you're getting ready for a jam. Like I think it's always funny when people are like, I'm gonna train really hard for this jam, and it's like 3 weeks away. Like you're not gonna be any better. That you'll be a little bit better, but you're not gonna be like you didn't put a lot of work into getting ready for that jam, really. Like
yeah, you could sharpen your tools, and that's what you're doing in that short amount of time. But I mean, 4 years, you have time to like
longevity training.
I mean, but then again, you got to think too, like, what if they start the road to it to get there? Like, you have to enter so many competitions and preliminaries and heats or whatever they're going to call them to get to a certain like, like you're ranked or whatever. Like, what if they do a ranking and you have to work your way through these next 4 years to get there? And that's a lot harder.
Yeah, like a regional or a national, and then it'd probably go regional, national, and then you get your gateway to the Olympics type thing. And
I don't know.
Who knows? People might have to be ready in 2 years to win a regional in order to go to like in order to go to the national competition. Like It's
Yeah.
just
And then I don't know if this is true, and it's not like to ruin the hype, but it's just like you always have to know what you're getting into. It's like I had a conversation with someone, and they're like, okay, so there's the IOS, the Olympic Committee, and then there's every country has their own committee, and they have the list of sports that are eligible for us to compete in. So I have a list, and I think there's only a certain number of Olympic competitors that each country can bring with them. So at that point, it's like the Olympic Committee, once it gets down to it, it's like, do they want to even take anyone from the US to represent in that category? Which I would hope, because it's like born here in the States, like it's art, it's hip hop is America's dance,
yeah. Yeah, no, yeah, but you're absolutely right. Because what if they want to take like a group of four, which is like a dart group, like a bunch of guys that play darts, it's an Olympic sport, or horseshoes, like, and they choose horseshoes over breaking, like it's very well possible.
It's very possible. I mean, the Youth Olympics, I'm not positive, don't quote me. It may have just been a rumor, but someone had told me that that's what happened with the Youth Olympics, is that because it happened a year or two ago, is that there was a U.S. Competitors ready to compete, but because of the committee for the Youth Olympics, they didn't want to represent in that certain category. I don't know if it's true. That's just what I was told, but it kind of makes sense. If anyone out there like is watching and knows these answers, like, please correct us, like tell me. This is just kind of what I've heard, and kind of when I've talked to people, kind of what they've come to understand of how it works. So
it's isn't it? I mean, didn't we have someone in the B-Boy Factory
Run made it to, I remember he made it to like almost, I think he was even considered to represent the US in the Olympics, because I remember he went to Japan to compete out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
he did, but I think he had to go on his own dollar, and the U.S. Youth Olympics didn't fund his trip or something like that. But that's what I heard. But I'm not. Like I said.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? I mean, obviously, who knows how it just all works out. I mean, we're all gonna be learning as it happens,
Yeah. No, it's interesting, and the hype is just so out of control right now. Like, everyone is talking about it, like I'm hyped, for sure. I mean, seeing it from like, I was also like thinking about it, like, remember when everyone wanted this to stay underground, and now we're in the limelight, like at the one of the biggest stages in the world. Like, breaking is going to be introduced to so many people that thought it was dead, like, or didn't know that it's evolved to what it is now, like
dancing.
Yeah.
You're the worm.
Like, oh, what's that? Where they're windmilling on their hands, like, it's gonna be crazy.
I mean, but then again, you have the underground heads who are still like not with it, dude. Like, they're just like, fuck the Olympics. You're gonna have underground b-boys who are just like cipher heads, who are just like battle heads, who are just like, dude, like, I give two fucks about the Olympics. Like, I'll smoke an Olympic athlete.
Yeah.
I think me and Tins were having that conversation about, it's like, shit, you're at a jam, you're gonna see a cipher b-boy versus an Olympic b-boy,
Yeah.
Like who's gonna win,
Yeah. And like,
and then it's like, and then it's like those Olympic people who are like training for Olympics, or like on that level or whatever. It's like, do they, it's like, do they put themselves in positions to get smoked by just, people who are not like that? So, at least a little bit of rep. Like, you got smoked by nobody.
Yeah.
But he's somebody. He just doesn't like to be somebody.
Well,
it's gonna be crazy,
you see it at the bigger jams, right? Like, where if you see an all-star in a cipher, there's like 3 people that are trying to call him out. Like, I'm going for you. Like,
yeah, you've already seen that, like at Silverbacks and stuff. I think we've seen some heads were called, like some some like just some hometown heroes and stuff were like calling out like the big heads. They're like, "Well, come on, let's get it." I was like, "B-boy, that's some b-boy and breaking stuff. You know, that's how it goes down."
Yeah,
But man,
I think it's always gonna have that double. There's always gonna be and it's been that way since the beginning. You know, since
mhm.
there's always been either one crew that's style and power, or no, one crew that's always style and foundation, one crew that's trying to go power. Even at the beginning of like the early 70s and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
you always see there's even more genres of breaking, which is interesting. Like you got people that are going to a whole different level with abstracts. You got your power heads, you got your well-rounded, you got your competitive, you got your cipher addict, you got your straight up underground, you got your closet b-boys that are just like just chilling, training at the home, and they come in once in a
Nobody
while and
knows who
wreck
they are.
shop. Like it's crazy right now. There's so many different avenues where it's gone.
I think one thing that was brought up in conversation too recently is like, okay, the music, because everything's like, copyright this, copyright that. You can't use this, can't use that. So it's like, what kind of even music would they even be using in the Olympics?
Right. Yeah, they'd
'Cause
have to get
they have to get so much fucking clearance from like so much stuff, like.
or they get one DJ and
No, even the DJ, whatever he's playing, like it would have to be his personal beats,
you're
his
right.
produced,
Yeah,
his produced beats.
anything that's
Because anything that
sampled,
they use is sampled, they have to get permission to use that. So
Yeah.
it's like, what is even the music going to look like? Is the DJ even going to be a DJ in that situation? Or is it just going to be someone playing a track? I don't know.
what'd be interesting is like
Killing hip hop.
it's weird. If you take that element out, it changes everything.
I don't think they can. I mean, they used it in the Youth Olympics. They had a DJ there, but I don't know what the music was like. And obviously they had to get clearance on stuff. So I don't know. I'm just curious as to what it would even sound like. Like you wouldn't get your favorite beat that you train to normally, like on there.
Yeah, I'm kind of hope they do some preliminaries so that we understand the battleground everyone's getting into. Like.
Well, they could do preliminaries, but the only way we would understand music-wise and how it's fully going to be functioned is if they did it preliminary-wise and it was on live television and broadcasted that way. Because if they do it underground shit, they could just do it without any of the copyright stuff or whatever, Like
Right.
It would have to be on that level of them doing it, like literally, like the Olympics running,
Well, you being on a major television network, that you only have a certain list of songs that are executed, so are allowed. So
yeah, when we were on America's Best Dance Crew, we were given a track list of it was like 15 or 18 tracks, and it was already cut for us. We couldn't cut it, like it was already mixed. They were just like, here you go, take your choice. You guys got to choose out of this, and this. It's like, that's just what you get. Like, sorry,
Yeah.
You can't dance to your favorite song.
There's your inspiration. You better figure it out.
I don't know, dude. It could go so many ways, dude. It's just I'm really interested and intrigued to see what happens.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, it's it's happening and there's nothing you can do about it, like to be able to talk bad about it. It's just another opportunity, I feel, for us to be able to be in another audience or share with another audience, and good for the next generation, actually, to be able to bring us to that platform, to that limelight. I definitely feel like it's going to be some kid in his early 20s, or someone going off like Sugar Kicks. I don't even think he's in his 20s yet. Like it's like that generation's just on fire right now. Like
yeah, dude. You're gonna see it's gonna be some 18-year-old kid who's just no one's gonna know yet. It's gonna come out and kill it.
yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. I'm excited. If anyone in Colorado is thinking about pursuing that path, like definitely hit us up if you need training space over at the spots. We definitely want to help and give people the opportunity to work on themselves to get ready. So if you're watching and you're thinking about taking that path, and like, yo, I really want to train hard and take, get some extra reps in, and do whatever you got to do to get there. Like, the spot is definitely open for y'all to come through and work yourselves out and get there. It's gonna take the community back and the people who are interested like that.
Yeah, and I think you said it right there. We need to just back each other and empower each other to get to that next level. Whoever's going for it, and it's so dope that the spot is a place where someone can, that's awesome for opening that up for anyone that is ready to take that path or is looking at considering that path. That's, come on. Come on.
No, just hit us up. Be like, yo, I'm trying to get Olympic ready. We'll be like, we'll hook you up. We'll get you in here and training and get you the space you need to go for it.
Yeah.
Believe it.
Be over there. I'll spar you. Come on, champ. Let's do that one too.
Anyone wants to be a sparring partner, hit us up. We need some of those if you want to get your ass kicked, by someone who's really good. Come on, you're gonna help them get ready for the Olympics. Take some for the team.
Just take them legs, bros. I'm taking them.
I'll be a sparring partner, dude. I'll take some jabs from somebody on the dance floor.
Ah.
All right, well, I got a 6-step, homie.
He can take a hit though. No, just kidding.
Oh man.
Oh shit.
Well, now, okay, what about the commentating for the Olympics? I'm so interested what that'd be like.
Well,
I would hope like everyone would
shit.
want like a play, like the hip hop heads talking about it. Like, I want someone to do it like sports. And he went for a flare to a 90, and he went 2000, and he went to an artistic little leg over the head freeze.
He can go all the way.
Ladies and gentlemen, he just did one arm air flare to a 2000. It is amazing.
Yeah.
Like this because this is our actually first time watching it. So of course.
Look at that little steezy to the boo boo bat. No, I'm just kidding.
And sir, he did that freeze on beat. It was amazing.
Yeah. That's called an air chair, ladies and gentlemen. No, I'm just kidding. Boys and girls. That's wild. Yeah. I think you're gonna. Well, we know who's not gonna be commentating anymore. No, I'm just kidding.
and I can tell you right now, I can tell you the B-boys and B-girls who are not gonna be there are the ones who smoke weed.
That's true. You better stop now.
Y'all see those memes. Y'all seen the memes. You guys know you have to be clean to be in the Olympics. So better stop smoking that shit now.
Oh, man.
That was another topic of conversation I've been having.
I didn't even think about that.
A lot of the scene smokes. And I mean, it's legal most places now, so. Like, I don't know. I know a lot of people who smoke who are in the breaking scene. So it's like, I'm gonna have to give that shit up.
Just 2 weeks before. No, just kidding.
Michael, come on, Michael Phelps.
Yeah. Dang, that's funny. Yeah, those are serious things people have to think about. So funny.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I don't know how everyone's feeling out there about it, but talk about it. Reach out to your community. If you're getting ready, best of luck to you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hopefully jams come back soon. Hopefully jams are a thing.
Jams are a thing. I think so. I think we're gonna see him hopefully end of the summer. Hopefully.
Hope all y'all just doing whatever you gotta do to like stay mentally sane. Keep dancing, fools.
Yeah. Skate. Big
Skate. Skate. Yeah, our next episode, y'all can see some dope stuff. Yeah, man. I don't know what else to say. So we wanted to just keep it a little fun, a little lighthearted, despite the current situation of what's going on. I'm actually going to tune into some of the other podcasts going on right now. There's a lot of podcasts going on right now tonight because of one, the Olympics, two because of the whole Crazy Lake situation. So, yeah, dude, fucking wild times.
Yeah.
Let's get through this.
Yeah. Wild times. Wild times. And I think definitely glad we're, shining light on the positive part of what's going on in the current events, because there is a lot of dark that's going on right now too. And, it's better to just stay on the positive path that we worked so hard for, and, can't
Well,
veer away.
you can't forget about that. I mean, I think there's the negative stuff. There's a lot of work to be done that's going on, but it's just work that needs to be done. And the positive stuff, you got to balance that shit out, bro.
Yeah. And it starts with, your community first, and just you got to be the positive influence in your community, and it's just continue to just keep that drive for what we're doing on the right way, the way we've been doing it. Just there are going to be some shitty things that come to light, but it doesn't have to affect the entire scene.
Yeah, dude. And then wild stuff. And like I said earlier, I think we will open up that table for discussions, but I want to get some people on here, invites, and get the right people on here to open that platform up for discussion.
Yeah.
Talk about it.
Yeah, it's definitely, long time coming, and the Band-Aids ripped off once again. And we've already been actively, talking about trying to make things more safe in our communities. So I'm just so hyped that, we're able to talk about things like what our next generation is going to do with this next platform that's going to be, the big, it's going to have its light right now, but imagine 3 years from now when everyone's really, that gate's open and we're actually watching all right, I'm flying out there. I'm going to Paris. Like, I'm going to watch it.
I'm watching the Olympics.
So
what event are you watching? I came for one event. Like,
I'm going to watch this, and then I'm going to go grab me a crepe and hit the Eiffel Tower, baby. Like,
yes.
Yeah.
Yo, Colorado, let's make a group, travel group to go to the Olympics. It'll be fun.
Let's do it.
Whether we're in it or not.
Hell yeah.
And if anyone needs a sparring partner, Toby volunteers.
Wait. No, not right now.
I'll battle each other, y'all.
Ah!
I think that's one thing I would recommend. Like, if you're planning on getting ready for it, like, I would battle as much as you possibly could to get those nerves under control. Because once you get in that spotlight, man, woo, your adrenaline's going to go.
Yeah.
Can you handle it?
I wonder how many people are going to tune into that event and how much promotion the Olympics are going to give it. Like.
You see them on commercials and stuff. That'd be dope. Like, B-Boys all air flaring. And then gymnasts all pissed. They're like, they have broken form.
Yeah. Fuck. That's so tight.
He flares with his legs bent. So it looks cool. I mean, that's one thing that you're gonna notice, dude. Definitely between the gymnast and the breaking, dude, is like breaking. They have broken form.
Yeah, the knee drags, the toe touches. It's not well. I mean, back in the '90s, there was some power heads that would call each other out on that shit. Like,
what if we did a gymnast floor person versus a b-boy power move head?
I bet you're gonna see it.
They both battle on floor exercises.
I don't know who's more dynamic. They do like
right?
They do the flare 40s and shit. Oh.
They be doing like triple backflips on the floors too.
Yeah.
Battle. Let's set it up.
Oh. It's like it's like the crumping versus breaking, Junior versus what's his name?
That shit was tight, dude.
He kicked him. He's like, oh, damn.
That got real personal.
Yeah.
I can't take hip hop no way.
Then you got Lilu. Lilu comes in and just does a flying Flying cock. Oh man.
Oh my god. You know, someone's like, "What if, like, do you get disqualified in the Olympics for throwing cock out?"
Extra points, bro. But you got to do a sneaky
You
cock.
can't do that on TV.
I want to know the b-boy that's gonna cock the world. They're just gonna be
I
like,
know, like on camera, like you just won. What are you gonna do? He's all, "Going to Disneyland." Fuck, dude.
Yeah,
God, we're horrible.
bro.
Wow.
Whoever wins the Olympics, please cock
Do not.
the camera.
No, that's the behavior we gotta get rid of, dude. That's like, it's already bad enough right now, dude.
Yeah, no, never mind.
Yeah,
Keep your
dude.
cock to yourself.
Keep your talk to yourself. No fucking new slogan.
Oh man.
Jeez. Yeah, dude. Well, we've had fun with you.
It was fun.
It's a pleasure. We got some other. Next week's Christmas, so we're not going to be here for the next 2 weeks. Actually, we're taking a little break. We might jump on and do a New Year's little like, hey, Happy New Year's thing that night. Yeah, I think we'll do that. So not next week, though. Everyone have fun with your families. Be safe.
Yes, be safe.
And then after the new year, we will discuss the situation at hand. We'll open up the podcast for that. And I think it'll be good enough time for everyone to kind of get their thoughts gathered together and maybe have some kind of answers or just the right thoughts instead of it just being firsthand. Just because I know a lot of people are angry right now and pissed off and sad. And it's like, okay, rightfully so, you know. But I think after that, it's like, okay, how do we make the right moves to do the right thing?
Yeah. And if you're watching the podcast and want to be a part of that panel, definitely get in contact with us. We'd be more than happy to have you on. And yeah, well, there's just some serious things we need to keep talking and keep circulating and just getting out there and being uncomfortable but get comfortable about it. Like, yeah.
You know how we are, dude. You know, we talk like super deep about stuff and like gotta just be vulnerable to those kind of conversations.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, go have fun tonight. I'm gonna go chill and go skate for about 30 minutes.
Yeah, get it in. Have a good night. Happy Friday, everyone. Yes.
Yeah. Love y'all. Peace.
Love y'all. Peace.
Give me some music. You're growing that mullet too, huh, Topes?
Coming out, bro. They call me Tobes Dirt.
Tobe Dirt.
Yes.
Yeah,
Motherfuckers, who we got? We got the licks. We got the licks. MCs in 95, MCs in 95, MCs in 95 that think they rock live. MCs in 95, MCs in 95, MCs in 95 that swear they rock live. MCs in 95 they need way more rehearsing. They write their booty lyrics, then they add a little cursing. You're not a true hip hop person. Spend a little time with your rhymes and quit making whack versions. I send this shit out to all the niggas from that group with the 90-minute demo sounding just like Snoop. You better resign your ass up out my rhyme zone before I leave you on the ground broke up like pine cones. You're rooting and tooting, but ain't did no shooting while the precious hip hop because your verses like a wicked witch. Back the cop, the rhyme flows back to kill. To get me out your system takes more than golden seal. Cause I bust so many flows, I gotta find my shit in columns while the seas be going down like Olympiads and Spanish rock bottom. I got them left without no options. While I be housing niggas like they put up for adoption. I rock loaded, I never get promoted, but through the bullshit, my crew stays devoted. While you been busting lyrics about the guns on niggas toted, I be standing like a b-boy with both arms folded. But no excuses, I still get the loosest. When we goes in the house trying to grab the mic is useless. So back the fuck up like we told you last time, cause it's the licks in the house with the 95 rhyme.
I wake up, Killer Roach, Carter, homies, hit some weights. Reminisce about the shows we did in 48 states. Band in the rest, when we was on tour with Hoop, Daylight, and Quest, we made the crowd say yes. Now it's like, fuck, make room, move your ass out my way, baby. With all these hoes around, clown, why you wanna bang? Let's have a celebration like food in the game. I'm bringing all the way back, like a pump return. I rock spots and caramel shots and chick hern. The only MC I like is a Monty. I was drinking aunties for Monty with your auntie. Bust the lyric shots to the AKG. When it comes to style and finesse, I'm the
track now. Watch it flow back to the top. I'm the J-R-O, not J-E-R-U. You know what we came to do. Bottoms up. When you hear screams, that means QT walked in for advertisement, and that nigga's bent. Race up off the wall, bitches last call, ready for the ruckus. Push your motherfuckers off the stage. Dealer's got a brand new game, so make room for the groove and beats that. I got a complex, I guess I bust best with stress. A mess, don't bring that shit to the west, cuz I bring drama like Jeffrey Dahmer, chopping up MCs with their mama. Oops, I made a funny with the dozens, the oneness who bust rough rhymes, bumping cousins. Super niggas coming faster than